Hi everyone. Today we are going to focus on inversion. What is inversion? Inversion is when the subject and the auxiliary verb in the sentence are inverted. That means that we don't have the traditional positions of the subject and the verb in an affirmative sentence. Instead, the auxiliary verb comes before the subject. If there is no auxiliary verb, then we use do or does for present simple or did, past simple in the interrogative. Why is inversion used? Inversion is used to put emphasis on a specific element using particular structures. Inversion happens 1. After certain expressions when they are placed at the beginning of a sentence. Example: barely, hardly ever, when, in no way, under no circumstances, little, never before, no, neither, no sooner than, not only but also, etc. Let's have some examples. Seldom have we seen such weather condition. Seldom, it's an expression placed at the beginning of a sentence. Then we have, which is an auxiliary verb, and we, which is a subject. In this case, we have the inversion. Another example. Not only did she finish the report on time, but she was also the only one to be correct. The expression is not only, but also, and then we have the inversion. Did she? Auxiliary verb subject. Another rule. Only after, only by, only if, only when, not since, or not till, until. When they are used at the beginning of a sentence, they cause inversion of the subject and the auxiliary verb in the main clause. Example: only when she realized the truth did she apologize for blaming her. Only when is the expression placed at the beginning of a sentence, whereas the inversion happens in the main clause. Did she? Two. Inversion also occurs in conditionals when should, were, had, part of past perfect are placed at the beginning of the sentence. We note that if is omitted. Example: should the sky be clear tonight, you will see Jupiter and Venus. In this case, I omit if, and should goes before the subject. Where are you? I will study harder. In this case, I omit if, and the verb where goes before the subject, as in this case, and it becomes where are you? Had she studied more, she would be at university now. I omit if, and had, part of past perfect, goes before the subject, and we have had she. In this case, it's the inversion. 3. Inversion happens after so, such, to such a degree, in result clauses placed at the beginning of a sentence. Example: so glad was she that she immediately threw a party. So, it's placed at the beginning of a sentence. Then we have the auxiliary verb and the subject, so there is an inversion. Another example with such. Such interesting was the film that we watched it to the end. In this case, such is placed at the beginning of a sentence. Then we have the inversion. Was the film, auxiliary verb plus subject. 4. Inversion occurs after so, neither, nor to express agreement. Example: I love English language and literature. Then we have so do I. In this case, I'm expressing agreement. And I'm using an inversion because we have auxiliary verb plus subject. Another example: my sister does not like rock music. In this case, we have neither or nor do I, which is used in negative sentences. Again, we have inversion, auxiliary verb plus subject after neither or nor. Finally, the inversion is used in the following structures when we invert the subject and the main verb. The inversion occurs after adverbs of place. Example, here comes the teacher. Here is the adverb of place. Comes the main verb, and then the teacher is the subject. In this case, the inversion occurs because the main verb comes before the subject. No auxiliary verb is needed in this case. Moreover, the inversion occurs in direct speech when the reporting verb comes after the quote and the subject is a noun. Example, I want to spend my holiday with my family, said John. This one is the quote. The reporting verb is said. It comes after the quote and it's followed by a subject, in this case a noun.